Alright, let's try this again. Hey everyone. So I'm about to log on to the red carpet. I have to sign in to start. This is new. What's up? Shit, man. I don't know any of this stuff. What is my password? I don't know any of this stuff. Hi, Brazil. I'm just trying to figure out how to get on.
Many actresses put a role, and many were really, really great. And we're like, they're really good, but there's just something that feels like we're still looking for something that we haven't seen. And then we watched Stefania's audition, and we looked at each other and we said, okay, we have our Melanie, we have the, yeah. and she and Lily created such an incredible relationship, both on screen and off screen.
They're actually like mother-daughter, like off screen too. They have this like chemistry. Yeah. So that really helped.
Yeah. Well, and again, you cast one of my favorites with Peyton List.
It was terrific.
We had such a good show with Frequency, and unfortunately it didn't get renewed. And I was the serial killer that she was always hunting.
I don't know how this
but
works.
She's just a wonderful actress, so I think you guys scored with her, and I can't wait to see this. So here's the next question. What has it been like preparing to premiere your film in a pandemic?
You take that one.
Well, I mean, until a few weeks ago, we were planning to premiere at the Chinese Theater, and we're planning to have a nice premiere at one of the most beautiful venues in Los Angeles, which is where Dances with Films have held their festival every year for, I think, over a decade. And slowly we heard how almost every festival is going virtual. And we kind of figured that we're probably end up going virtual as well, but we kept hoping. And as you know, theaters were supposed to open in Los Angeles early August and didn't, and then it kept getting pushed and pushed. And then we realized that it's not going to happen. And
but it's kind of nice.
I don't know if I'm muted or not.
I mean, it's kind of. I feel like maybe this will, even when the pandemic is over, like it's kind of convenient, especially for people that have kids like us.
And don't have to leave the house. It's fantastic. I'm on a couch.
And the big advantage is being able to share the movie with people, all over the United States, including with our crew in Syracuse. We shot in upstate New York, central New York, in Syracuse, and the crew were terrific. The local crew and the community there was so supportive, and we so wanted to screen the movie to them. We wanted to have a crew screening, but obviously because of COVID, we couldn't. So just being able to, I mean, if we were to premiere the Chinese Theater, we wouldn't be able to share it with them now, but just being able to show the movie to them now as well during the premiere is exciting.
I don't know if I'm muted or
not.
not.
People from all over the world, so that's an advantage.
Doing a Q&A with the director right now.
How challenging was it to work on this story since you had a parent who suffered from it? Do you have examples of challenges that came through?
Oh my gosh. Challenges that came through while working on it, or challenge because living the challenge was
very good question. That's how she wrote it. Do you have examples of challenges that came through? I'm assuming she means that came through this process.
Yeah. So, obviously, living the challenge before writing was the challenge, and then writing it was just the processing of it.
Which was also therapeutic.
Yeah, it was therapeutic.
Just going to say that. Yeah, you get to let it out on the.
You let it out, especially when you kind of trick yourself into thinking this is we're just writing and we'll see what sticks. And
there's a link in my bio where you can watch the film tonight in a couple.
But
hey,
for
Kristen.
a good reason,
So you can watch. There's a link in my bio that you can go and watch the film. I think tickets are like $11, and you can watch the movie. And then afterwards, we're doing a live Q&A. It is no, it's not a wedding ring. It's my right hand. So we'll be doing a Q&A afterwards.
And he brought back a lot of,
for those who are just tuning in, I'm doing a live right now.
We really care about, even if we don't tell anyone that it's based on truth. It's something that we really, we're really passionate about. But it's a sad story, and we didn't want it, and we didn't want to make it too sad.
I'm doing a live right now from the virtual premiere of my new film, Paper Spiders. We'll be doing a screening in about an hour.
His life was before the onset of paranoia, when it was just dormant. Just with like and the movie begins
afterwards we'll be doing
with a lot of jokes and a lot of fun. And as you mentioned, we had great actors who also added a lot of lightness and comedy to it. Peyton was terrific to work with, and she adds a lot of comedy to it. Tom Papa, a comedian, is in it, and it was hilarious to have in scenes and behind and behind the camera. So it was really I think that the challenge of the fact that the story was very emotional and very close to our hearts was somewhat mitigated by the fact that we try to find the right balance of injecting comedy into it, but character comedy that was subtle and in the landscape of an indie drama.
It's so important and so difficult to pull that off. But you look at the
Hey, Mom.
Like, recently Jojo Rabbit. It's very difficult.
My mom just tuned on. That's fun.
Really funny, and life is beautiful. And
I'm in LA right now. But I'm from North Carolina. Freak Show. It's a beautiful movie.
So that when you can pull that off, that's something.
R. Evans 93.
Ian Nelson's going to be joining us shortly.
Oh, that's me.
So I'm going to wrap it up in a second. But Natalie, just one more to follow up on that question that the reporter had for you. The cutting room floor. Okay.
This is like a totally new experience for me. I've never done like a virtual. I've been invited to them. But I've never like actually. Done one myself.
That's what kills me with the films. It's just like, God, the best scene did not.
Thank you, Mom.
As a writer, but it can be almost identical, but you're still be like that scene. But
my mom
joke,
just said that I was
that not get
handsome, and that's always feels good to hear that from your mother.
We were actually.
Can I email them the list?
Teen Wolf Family, sending love to Israel.
The funny thing is like it's.
My brother lived there for a year.
It doesn't work. You realize like it's for the better and it moves things forward.
For sure, it's a beautiful movie.
And maybe the cutting, made it easy. You made it flow better, but yeah.
And for the most part, I would say I think that we had 132 scenes in the screenplay, and we only ended up cutting out 6. So for the most everything stayed in the movie, and
but those 6 really hurt.
Those 6, yeah. But and there were, I would say, and most of them were sequenced in the second act. It was nice, but it wasn't essential. Not a lot of fun scenes that we wish were still there.
Also, some things end up working better in a script than they do on screen, and that's just the reality. So.
Well, listen, I want to thank you both so much for chatting with us. And Natalie, I know how deeply personal this is, so thank you for sharing that with us. And next up, I want to introduce Ian Nelson, an actor and a producer known for The Boy Next Door, the very successful Hunger Games, and The Best of Me. So let's give it up for Ian.
And we'll just say a word about it. Ian was so wonderful to work with, and his character in the story. Sorry to steal the spotlight. Is dealing with addiction, and also you managed to show it in a way that was subtle, and also had a lot of comedy, and then also gradually turned more serious.
Sympathetic, and really was the perfect choice for.
It was really a pleasure. Ian.
No, Natalie, good to see you.
So
hey David, how you doing?
We'll switch out and we'll be listening.
We'll talk soon.
I know. I'm looking forward to it. I got to figure out how do you do a background on this thing. How do you do?
That was the first hour before this thing started. I was like this was happening over my face, and then I just gave up. So right. You have a very nice background there. I should have put my vanity posters back on there of all my films. That would have been nice.
This is
so, Ian,
makeshift. Yeah, I'll leave it for now.
Oh, man. Tell me about your role, what inspired you to take on this film. Tell me about the character. Let's get into this.
All right, so I played Daniel, and Daniel is a kid in high school. He's kind of been bouncing around to different boarding schools. He comes from a very privileged family where his parents were really not present physically and both present emotionally. he has resorted to kind of taking after his parents and kind of diving into the use of alcohol to numb, his feelings of kind of like, he feels inconsequential, he feels abandoned, unloved. So a lot of Daniel's life has been like very external driven, very like, the watches he wears, the clothes that he wears, the car he drives, because that's what he grew up looking at. But then he ends up at this high school, after being kicked out of all these different boarding schools, and he sees this girl, Melanie, played by Stefania. And there's something about her that's just totally real. There's something about her where she's not fazed by the things that most people are distracted and their decisions are informed by. And they start up a really lovely romance. And then, things don't exactly go the way they were hoping, just due to the fact that, Daniel suffers from, alcoholism. And when you're searching for something real in life, I find that, like, any mental illness, any addiction takes you out of the present moment. So it's very hard to kind of stay connected to what's real when you're struggling with stuff like that.
Right. I mean, look, the movie touches on mental illness, and addiction is certainly in the category of mental illness. So what is the thing that you were struggling with mentally that alcohol is actually, what people don't know, is the solution, until it stops working? What is it? What was the pain that needed to be resolved for you, and does it get resolved?
Are you talking about the character or myself?
The character. I mean, both. Hey, let's talk about both.
Well, you know what?
Let's talk about the parallels.
It's really the, in Daniel's world, it's the abandonment, and it's the fact that there's this inherent feeling of being passed off. I was really blessed to grow up in a really wonderful family, where my parents were present, but I knew people growing up who were raised by nannies, very similar to Daniel. And so there's this very, when you don't have role models in life, you kind of have to sort of create your own rules. And as a kid, you're just trying to figure stuff out. And life is a very confusing process. I think anyone at any age would, I think they would agree with me on that. So he's really trying to cope with the feeling of being unloved and feeling neglected and abandoned, and also just wanting something real, man. I mean, I feel like just like that phrase, just wanting something real, is something that anyone can connect to, especially in the past, I don't know how many months we've all been in a quarantine in Los Angeles, but, we're having to connect through the use of technology and through distance, and it's very hard to feel like you're connected to something real right now. And so I really feel like that's the core of Daniel's pain, is he just wants something real in life, So
lack of connection, and Stefania maybe is the solution.
She's just real, and there's something very just like, she's not pretentious. She's just a human being who isn't fazed by the typical, like Daniel's typical tricks and, words and use of his charm, and like, nice car. So it's like there's something just very real and something sincere about her, and I think he's just attracted to that.
I want to remind the press and everyone else to type in your questions. And while I'm waiting for the first question from them, how did you prepare for this?
So, it was interesting, man. The thing that I was a little worried about was the alcohol, because up until we started shooting, I actually hadn't had a drink for about 10 months or so. And it's not because I ever had a problem with it. Anyone will tell you, my friends and family, I'm just not a big drinker. And I really had to sort of find that, love for that. I had to sort of connect the dots between, I've done some big physical transformations for roles before, like Boy Next Door and like Teen Wolf and stuff. I lost some weight for Boy Next Door, and then I gained a lot of weight for Teen Wolf. But with a thing like Daniel, it's really just getting into the kind of mindset where when you feel bad, like when I feel bad, I pick up my guitar. Like when I feel bad, I write, or I go for a run. But when Daniel feels bad, he goes straight for vodka. So I had to understand that journey from I feel terrible, so I want vodka. And that was honestly the hardest part. So when I got to the hotel in Syracuse, my first night after flying in, I was at dinner, and I was like, "Can I have a vodka, please?" And I needed to remember how that felt, and that was really my way back into it. Was just sort of getting into that mode of I feel terrible, so I'm trying to, because that's what alcohol is, really. That's what drugs are. It's self-soothing. It's the same reason that people talk to themselves. It's the same reason people smoke. They're trying to regulate their breath. So it wasn't a huge jump. It was just a mindset shift. That's all.
It's fantastic. All right, I've got a couple of questions for you here.
Yeah.
First off, what was it like working with Inanion and Natalie?
I loved it. From the first conversation I had with Inanion on the phone. I was in Los Angeles, and I was just walking on the street, and we had this great conversation. And Inanion was such a pleasure to work with, and he was very open to, so like some of my ideas, and Natalie was great too. I didn't spend a whole lot of time with Natalie. I think she was on set for a few days while I was there, but it's been Inanion and I have like started up a really like lovely friendship since shooting, and it's such a pleasure to be able to form relationships with people you work with, because as you know, it's not usual, and it's like to actually have sincere connections with people. It was an absolute pleasure. Everyone on that set was beautiful experience, man, really.
Tell me how you've been spending your time in quarantine. Run me through your days. That's
all right.
The next one.
Mostly, honestly, it's been music. In fact, Paper Spiders was a kind of life-changing experience for me, because I started to write songs while I was on set. I'd always brought my guitar with me when I like go on location and stuff, but I had never physically written songs. At the time I was writing a musical, and so I had to teach myself how to write songs. So Paper Spiders started this whole music journey, and so throughout the whole quarantine, I've been I produced and co-directed a music video for my debut single, and we've been doing post-production on that. So that's kept me like very focused throughout a very uprooting time in this world, and very like separate time in this world. So it's been a lot of music. It's been a lot of just learning more about myself, and just learning actually how to make a home rather than just like a place I live in. It's been an important time in my life, man. I'm really grateful actually for it, as hard as it's been.
Well, let me tell you something. I played Paul Anka in a movie once, and I found out that there is more money to be made in film and television music than in anything else, because he wrote one piece of music that made more money than all his hits put together. And that was the theme to The Tonight Show. 5 nights a week, 25 years, and he made a boatload of money.
That's a good one.
Right?
That's a good one.
Write a theme song on Hey. Stefania, we're giving you a 5-minute warning. And also, I've got another question here. Did you know any of the cast and crew before you worked on this project? Or is this the first time you met them all?
It's kind of, I had this, I don't know, maybe I mentioned it to Stefania on set, but I remember I was hanging out in my neighborhood, and this is probably like 3-4 years ago, and I saw Stefania walk by. I think we had just come from an audition down the street, but in terms of like personal relationships to anyone, no, I didn't. But I mean, the cast was great. I was, Stefania is just like, I mean, after talking with her for like 5 minutes, it's like, oh, she's like just a really solid human. We had a lot of points of connection in terms of just like our interest in certain spiritual practices, and also just our curiosity, and she was great to work with. I really, really loved working with Stefania. But I don't.
Tina Gray from Red Carpet Drive is asking if you'll play a few bars of one of your songs.
Oh, right now?
Up to you.
Shit, man. What song? I don't know. Maybe I'll play a song. Where's my guitar? Why not, right? Do we have time? I know you put Stefani on it.
Time. Go give us 30 seconds of something great.
Something great. That's a lot of pressure, man.
Well, I'm assuming they're all great. And by the way, while you're getting the guitar, what was it like working with a mostly female cast?
What was it like working with a mostly female cast? Honestly, I hadn't thought of it till now. It was, it was fine. It was personally fine. But now that I think about it, I really didn't have many scenes with, I didn't have many scenes with any men. Tom Papa in a scene. Yeah. And this guy who played my friend. Let me think. Well, I might as well play a little bit from the, if I can remember it, might as well play a little bit from my debut single. It's the first anyone's, I guess, hearing of. It's called 21st Century Love. It'll be out. I don't even know when. But,
beauty of Zoom. We wouldn't get this on the radio. Go report.
3 p.m. I'm still undressed. Flipping through my digital Rolodex. I'm sitting lost here on the ground. Unpacked boxes left all around. Oh, and then I saw you on the screen. With your long red hair, freckled cheeks, your eyes could make me sound so home. Hope one day they'll spy me on your phone. I know nothing about you, you know nothing about me. We could be anything we wanna be. I need you, please hit me back. I got no doubt that we would be the perfect match. I need to know how you feel. I've been waiting for someone to feel this real. 21st century love. Anyway, so that's like a verse, couple verses, and a chorus. There you go.
You got a great voice.
Thanks, man.
Really, really good. I like
Thanks,
that
man.
a lot.
Hey, Dave, it's been a pleasure talking, dude.
Great talking to you too.
Yeah, man.
And now we're gonna hear from the lady that I'm sure you broke her heart. Let's hear from Stefania.
Nah, man, she broke my heart in the movie. She'll tell you that. All right, night, man.
Stefania, welcome wherever you are. Hit the video button.
Hey.
Hey. What's happening? There's two of you.
You know, it's nice to see you virtually. This is so weird and cool, and it's actually such a good idea, and it's so much more personal than going on a red carpet and kind of.
All right, now I'm just an attendee, so I can talk now.
Ian Nelson song on the
No,
radio.
yeah, that was amazing. Well done.
Okay, let's jump right in. Stefania, tell me.
Oh yeah, sorry. This is my mom too.
Hi.
Oh, my mom.
She wanted me to be here with her.
So, yo, you guys just heard a sneak peek to my debut single. I was waiting to sing that at some point, but fuck it, right? Life's short. That's my debut single. It's called 21st Century Love. Thank you, Mary. We have a whole music video for it. Beautifully produced track. Yeah, crazy. I was not expecting to sing it. But I remember like when I was a little kid, people would just be like, sing at a party, sing for us, do this. And I never wanted to do it. Because I didn't want to feel like, weird and stuff. But he asked me and I figured, why not? It's a night to celebrate. It's a night to celebrate, and it's also a night to, like a few weeks ago, we had our one of our producers, Ash Christian. He passed away, and so it's yeah, it's kind of crazy. So tonight's a night to celebrate, and it's also a night to just appreciate the fact that if you're here right now breathing, it's a privilege. There's a lot of shit going on in the world right now, but we're still here. Anyway, your comments are amazing. Thanks for sticking around. How is everyone enjoying this sneak peek into like what a virtual premiere is? Tell me what your thoughts are. When is the single out? We actually don't have a date yet. Waiting for the music video to be finished yet. Thank you, Kristen. Thank you, Walter Flores. Shout out to like some of my fan accounts. I just gotta like give a shout out, man. They're so supportive. They're so encouraging. They show up like in this crazy way that I play another song. Mom, I play for you all. I play for my mom all the time. Like I played my mom a song last night that I wrote for her. It was like a thank you because we had this nice heart to heart about just like life and. Oh, you like the song? Yeah. Thank you so much. Do I play any Shawn? Do I know any Shawn Mendes songs? Shawn Mendes has a higher voice than I do, so I actually don't even. I mean, I could always transpose it, but I actually don't know any Shawn Mendes songs off the top of my head. I had to play them on guitar. I mean. Yeah, it's super relaxed, Erica. It's like absurdly relaxed. I was in the Hunger Games way back when, for the facial hair. I send a kiss to Brazil, always. You will all hear so much more music very soon, I promise you. Kisses to Mexico. The full song is even better than just that little snippet. Sing Taylor Swift. Oh my God, don't even get me started on Taylor Swift. I love Taylor Swift. And like, I think she's absolutely amazing. In fact, my favorite Taylor Swift song would probably have to be from the Hunger Games. It was Safe and Sound. When I heard that song, I was sitting in my living room in North Carolina. I don't remember how old I was. I was probably like 16 or something. 15 or 16. It was probably 16 or 16. And I remember I heard that song and it was just like, I love the Civil War, the Civil Wars. And it's like, I feel like I learned how to play that one. I actually do remember teaching myself how to play that song. Yeah, and her new album's awesome. My favorite singer at the moment, my favorite musical artist would probably be, I don't know how many of you have heard of him, but his name is Gary Clark Jr. Gary Clark Jr. is just absurdly, my God, Gary Clark Jr. He's amazing. So Gary Clark Jr., and we got Lana Del Rey. I love Sarah Bareilles. I love Ben Folds. Coldplay. Ariana Grande's great too. I don't know the like Harry Styles' whole album. I know the watermelon song. You all are amazing. This is great. I love this conversation. Stefania's talking right now, but I have this like, yeah, Posey and I should do something together. I have this weird fear that they can still hear me, so I muted it, but for some reason I don't really even think that did anything. Hey, Columbus, Ohio. Thank you. Watermelon Sugar, that's it. That's the song. Hell yeah. Do I have TikTok? I do have a TikTok. Someone told me I need to do it the other day. I have a TikTok account. I think I've like posted about it before. I've just never really gotten into it. But I probably will do some form of it for the song promotion. Hashtag Ian rocks. Hell yeah, that's a great hashtag. It's awesome. This is cool. I actually kind of appreciate this process. This Q&A stuff and like the virtual premiere. It's actually kind of rad. Yeah, I know what shalom means. I grew up Jewish. But it's like a TikTok, like, what do I do in a TikTok? Would I just like, would I do weird dances and stuff? Because I'm not so sure. I mean, I don't know. Do I have to do weird dances for TikTok? Someone just tell me. Yeah. I mean, Teen Wolf was great. Yeah, I mean, it was a great experience. There's really nothing negative I can say about that show. It was awesome. Oh my god. Yeah. Do the WAP. Is there a specific dance? I heard the song. It's pretty intense. But like, it's cool. I mean, I think music should be like, I think if you're expressing whatever like you're feeling and you wanna say it in your particular expression, you should do it. I mean, that's how we get interesting new music, right? It's people want to say something and they want to do it in their own way. Thank you. How old am I? I'm 25. You know what? To commemorate this, why don't we, does anyone want to join this chat with me? Requests. All right.
Hey,
man.
what's up?
What's up, dude?
Nothing much, just here at my friend's house.
What's your name?
John.
John. Nice to meet you.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Dude, we're having this virtual premiere right now for my new film, Paper Spiders. So I'm just like, I thought I would live stream it because it's new for me, and I thought I'd share it with other people, and maybe that would make it, you know, I don't know.
How's that working for you?
Dude, it's good, man. It's good. I'm getting like I mean, man, I'm so lucky, man. The people who have who interact with me on my social media, they're all so nice. Like,
That's good. You got that good support.
yeah, they're just nice people. So it's just, I feel like I'm just hanging out with some friends right now, and it's also just cool to like, you know, typically like a premiere is typically like they kind of stopped doing like huge premieres for like all kinds of movies. Like when I first started acting,
I kind of figured on that.
yeah, like when I first started acting, if you were in like a small independent film, they still had a pretty like big premiere. But you know, obviously it was like a big premiere for stuff like Hunger Games and like The Judge and all those different films I was a part of. But like they're fairly like exclusive experience. So I thought it'd be so cool to share like this new experience of a premiere with the people who choose to be a part of my social media and stuff. Anyway, man, how's your day going?
I'm happy that I'm part of that support, honestly.
Hell yeah, dude, I love that you're here, man. How's your day going? Where are you in the world?
I'm sorry?
Where are you in the world?
Houston, Texas.
Oh, okay, very cool.
Yes, I'm all the way over here, you know. Wait, where are you at?
I'm in Los Angeles right now.
Okay, so we're like, I'm south then.
Yeah, I have a friend who lives in Houston, and I'm a big basketball fan. So you all have a great basketball team. It's fun to watch.
I don't follow sports, but yeah, sure.
It's all good. It's all good.
But yeah,
so how's your day?
Today was good. Just worked. You know, 9-to-5 job. And
what do you do?
I work for Wells Fargo.
Oh, great,
yeah,
man.
as a banker. So
amazing.
Hit me up if you need some financial help.
Look, man, it's an important job, dude. Thank you for what you do.
Thank you. But yeah, I'm just here chilling at my friend's house. We're about to play Monopoly. I think we're gonna have Monopoly night tonight.
So fun.
Yeah.
Board games. Yeah, I haven't played that
Yes.
forever.
It
That's
keeps
awesome.
us busy, you know, throughout this whole pandemic, I guess.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's
Yes.
good, like, anytime you can see your friends during this time in like in a safe way, and also just,
I was actually, well, speaking of that, actually it was me and him. We were watching the Freak Show, the movie. I was just about to
amazing.
comment and say that I liked that movie so much. It was
Thank you.
very good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's him. Really? You did not know that? Oh, sorry. Well, yeah. It was him, and then I got my sister to watch it, and then I got her boyfriend to watch it as well. So I was like, yeah, I gotta watch this movie. It's really good.
What they
But
think?
yeah, great acting, and keeping it looks really cool, honestly. And honestly, like I fell in love with you. But yeah.
Aw. Well, thank you. It's Freak Show is such a beautiful film, and it's you know, it's always interesting to see how films kind of grow over the years and stuff. Like I think Freak Show
Like the
came out.
diversity of it, I guess that would probably be the most, right?
What do you mean?
Diversity, like more of just like being more how would I say it? Yeah, it's more of diversity, like getting everyone involed, like
Yeah,
dogs, the LGBTQ plus,
exactly what I mean.
everybody, like everybody, and that's what made it like a good movie because they basically just talk about that.
It's absolutely, and it's such an important film. And like just it's just a film that just keeps going. Like it continues to be screened at different festivals. We might have some exciting news about some more screenings for the film. We'll see. But
Ooh,
it's
let me
yeah,
know.
it's such a pleasure, man. I mean, working with like Laverne Cox in that film, and like Bette Midler, and like
Yes,
I mean, Alex is amazing. Alex Lothar, who played Billy Bloom.
yes.
Such
Oh,
a
he was
sweet.
adorable. I loved him. Like I
Yeah.
see myself right there, honestly.
So you saw yourself in Billy Bloom?
Yes, I did.
Amazing.
Well, I wouldn't say like, let me rephrase that. Like, I wouldn't say I would love to express myself that way. But growing up, not everyone wants to see different. I would say that.
Yeah.
But I love that he inspired that part of the movie to, like, be open about anything. Like it doesn't matter what you are or what you grew up with. It's just a matter of like you being yourself, and that's what I love about it. And then honestly, he's really good. I love how he did
So
that
good.
role so perfectly. He did that
So
so
good.
perfectly.
I remember, that scene where he's in that giant dress with the bubbles coming out.
Yes, that's exactly what I had in my head right now.
Yeah. So when I was on set for that, and I walked in, because like Flip's outfits are very much just like it's a t-shirt, jeans, big thick boots, and like a leather jacket. And when I walked
Yeah,
into that scene, I was like, this shit's cool. I was like, this is a
it
cool
really
ass
was
outfit.
cool. I loved it.
I was like, I want to wear that. I was like, I want to be an undersea mermaid.
I was
I
thinking
forget
like
what they called that outfit. They had a
I
name
think
for it.
I think it was like Aqua Woman. Well, I think you had made a joke as an Aquaman or Aqua Woman or something.
I forget. I did call it something.
You called it Aqua something. I don't know. It was something in the yeah.
Oh man. Well, John, this has been an absolute pleasure talking.
Thank
Um,
you, thank you.
and stay safe. And I'm so happy to hear that you were inspired by Freak Show, and like that you liked it and stuff. And um, that's really really cool. I know that the people who made that film, from Trudy the director to like Celine the producer, and PJ Clifton the writer, and Beth Ragazio. I know all of them. It warms their heart to know that. So thank you for everything.
No, thank you. No problem. I loved it, and then hopefully you keep on continuing what you're doing because I'll be watching you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. All right, now go win in Monopoly.
I will.
Go
I
kick some
always do.
ass.
I actually always do, but I cheat a little bit. But we can keep it on the down low.
Good night.
All right. See you later. Stay safe.
All right, you too. How do we? All right, there we go. John was super nice. It was awesome. Yeah, we are. It's 5:55. Okay. Yeah. All right. We're gonna do one more. We're gonna do one more. Here we go. Lily Taylor's on right now. Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm good. I have to thank you. You are absolutely amazing.
Thank you. Oh my gosh, this means so much to me.
No, wait, is your name Josie?
Yeah.
Cool. Josie, where are you in the world?
I'm from Munich, Germany.
Are you there now?
Yeah.
Amazing.
It's like 3 a.m.
What?
Yeah.
Go to bed. Are you tired?
Actually not. Like I got a little bit of sleep, but actually I'm not that tired. It's kind of weird, but
Well, hey, I have to thank you for your constant support and encouragement and love that you're just like you're always giving on my Instagram page. It's amazing. It's
thank
like
you.
it's amazing.
I mean,
So
I just
thank
do
you.
it for you. So like you deserve the best support. So
Thank
I mean,
you.
I love you. I mean, I've been supporting you since the Hunger Games, like 8 years, and I mean, I can't wait to meet you next year.
Or wait, have you mentioned going to the Teen Wolf the
Yeah,
convention? Is that
Halloween.
right? The HowlerCon?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were supposed to do that this year, and then this and then all this stuff happened. That's right.
Yeah.
I've never done one of those before. I've never done like a convention for a project I've been a part of, so it'll be an experience. Just like this. I mean,
Yeah.
I got my laptop in front of me and like everything's plugged in and it's weird, the direction of the world is going in, but I guess we just gotta like hop on for the ride,
Yeah, definitely. But I think it has one good thing because before that, I would have never been able to join a screening and like an online, like a premiere, but now I
Yeah.
can. Like, it's just, I mean, it has some negative effects, but also some positive effects. So, yeah.
It's one of my favorite things I ever learned was that it's not like the thing that's the problem. It's like the relationship to the thing, right?
Yeah.
So like a thing is not dangerous unless you have a certain attachment to that thing. So it's kind of like, all right, let's talk about paper spiders for a second, right? If there's like a bottle of vodka on my kitchen table, right?
Yeah.
That is not inherently evil, right? It's not a bad thing. There's nothing wrong with alcohol. However, if I had an addiction to that alcohol, that would be a dangerous substance, right?
Mm-hmm.
But for me, Ian, so like my character Daniel, that would be dangerous. If there was just like a massive, bottle of alcohol on my table, that'd be a problem. But for me, Ian, I have like, whiskey bottles in my home, and I have like, wine and stuff. But I don't drink it, so it's not a problem to me, right?
Yeah.
So it's like the same thing with technology. It's the same thing with Instagram. It's not inherently evil. There's nothing wrong with technology, but if you rely on it to a point where it kind of, it's like what I was talking about my Instagram on my story last night. But like if it weighs you down, it's probably not helping you. If it kind of like sucks that feeling of vitality from you, it's probably taking away. Anyway, so are you in school? Are you in college?
Well, it's kind of weird because it's a school, but also like more on college level. I'm going to a specific school for being a translator.
Oh, wow. Amazing. So
Yeah.
translating to German?
No, we do both. Like we translate from English to German and from German to English. And we also have a second language and stuff like that.
Wow. Well, that's so cool. Man, I don't know any German. I know zero German.
I mean, German is a really hard language, so
Is it like to learn? It's a hard language.
I think like I mean, some people really struggle, and I have to be honest. If my first language wasn't German, I would never learn it because it seems so hard to learn. And
Yeah.
sometimes I'm like, people ask me, okay, tell me something about this grammar. And I'm like, I don't know. I don't know myself. Like I just know it because I was born in German, but I have no clue how to explain this, why it is like that.
Yeah. That's it. My brother learned, I mean, my brother learned Russian, and he was saying that it was difficult just because it was like you have to learn a whole different alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
There's like this whole new transition there. I mean, in school we learned Spanish, and in high school I learned Spanish, but learned is a very
Yeah.
learned is a very very broad word for what I did with Spanish. And of course, you know, people are always very happy to remind me of the scene on Teen Wolf where I speak Spanish.
I love that one.
Right? It's one people really love. Another thing is I did an episode of this TV show. It's not on anymore, but I had to speak. I think what was it? It was a really cool show. It was with like I played a Mormon missionary, and I had to speak like Lithuanian.
Ooh.
That was one of the most stressful days on set ever.
I can't imagine, yeah.
I worked so hard on learning this like monologue in Lithuanian, and then we get to set and they say action, and I have to be running after this old man in the scene, and I literally forgot what I was saying. It was like, sir, I have news to tell you of like, you know, of like the, you know, of Jesus Christ and his teachings or something like that. And I was like, what am I saying? I had no idea. But I got it on a couple takes. I was very proud of myself. But that's amazing. You're doing
That's
translating.
impressive. Like,
It was definitely, I was really lucky. I got to work with this cool guy who's just like a consultant on set. I don't know. Maybe that's something you could do too, right?
yeah, maybe.
I mean, he was I forget. I don't think he was. I think his sole job was like he was a language consultant for the story because the story took place in Europe, but I think it's centered around an American protagonist. Anyway, that was kind of interesting. Wow, so that's so cool. You do translating. So how many more years of school do you have left?
I'm starting my last year in like 1 week or something. So yeah.
Amazing. Or, you know, in Europe, things seem to be relatively back to like normal, right? So are you going like in person to school?
Yeah, like I mean,
Nice.
in Germany, we still like, especially in Bavaria, we still wear like, we're forced to wear masks in the store and in the train. Like I know that, for example, in Berlin, they're not like that. Like most of the time, they don't even have to wear masks in the stores and
Yeah.
stuff. And like, but like they try to put like, go back to the normal school day. Like they want to have all the classes all the time and just keep an eye out on how the numbers rise up and stuff. And then, yeah.
You have to like do your temperature when you walk on this like onto the campus or whatever in classes. Do they do that?
They haven't said anything. I know that we have to wear masks when we are not in the classroom. I still don't know if we have to wear them while we're sitting in class. But yeah, they haven't said anything specific yet, so.
Well, I know my sister is going back to school. Two of my siblings are in grad school. So I have three older siblings. Two of them are in grad. Actually, it's kind of crazy. All three of them are in grad school right now. All three of my older siblings. So my sister is getting a PhD. My oldest brother Kyle is getting a PhD, and then my older brother Todd is entering rabbinical school. So he's going to become a rabbi.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's like we kind of all knew it. I don't know if he's watching this. He's probably not, but it's like he we kind of all knew it, like as we were growing up, that he was going to become a rabbi, but he just sort of he's starting school, I think, like in a couple weeks or something, which is pretty crazy. But I don't know, they were doing like Zoom, they were teaching over Zoom. But I think my sister is going to be doing like in-person class, I think. I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of weird to go back to normal class. I don't know. It's like sometimes it seems a little bit rushed to go back. It's like we've been so isolated and now we're just gonna have to go back.
Yeah. Well, it's a transition, like anything else, right? Like,
Yeah.
this is I'm continuously amazed by how weird life is, Like, and I think that that's sort of the beauty of kind of adopting like a like a flexible humility about the world, right? Just being like, okay, the only thing that I'm absolutely certain about is that I don't know, right? Like,
Yeah.
I'm certain about a couple things in life. I'm certain that I show up for myself, right? I'm certain that I work hard. I'm certain that I think that I'm certain that I show up for myself. And I'm certain that as much as I learn, I still don't know.
Yeah, definitely.
And that's like a powerful thing, because a lot of people get very like triggered by like, you don't know, like that phrase. They're like, what do you mean I don't know? I have these certificates, I have like 20 years of schooling, I have this, and it's like, yeah, but you still don't know. Like, none of us know.
I know a lot of people that get mad when I say I don't know, like I don't know enough about this topic to have an opinion about it, and they're like, how can you not know? Like, I'm sorry, I don't want to say anything wrong. Like, I want to educate myself on it first, and if I don't know, then I don't know.
Absolutely. It's like it's humility. It's one of my favorite teachings. It's beginner's mind. I think if there's anything I've learned during this time in the world, it's that we can't know. We don't have that power, unfortunately. That's interesting. That's an interesting comment. Someone was saying that this is hitting hard, especially being a paramedic firefighter. Would you care to say more on that? I'm curious. But it's like that's just the truth. And I joke with my friends, but I was hanging out with my best friends like a month ago or so, and we hadn't seen each other in the whole pandemic and like the whole quarantine period. He was with family, and I was just chilling by myself in LA, and we finally see each other, and we're just like, bro, you remember when we were like 20? Remember like 20, like 19, 20? It's like, man, I knew something then. Like I knew something. Like I felt like I knew something. And then as I got older, you continuously realize that life is so confusing, and like everything, like, oh my God, like I'm getting a car right now. Like I'm getting a new car. And it's like the greatest spiritual teaching I could have asked for. Like dealing with car salesmen is just teaching me so much about, it's, you understand, right? Like you just understand where people are coming from.
Yeah.
You start to see like intention. You start to see they want to sell you a car. They want to sell you a car. And if I was in their position, I would be the exact same way. But then where the consumer's coming from is, this is a big purchase. This is a big commitment. I got to make sure it's the right deal for me. So while they're throwing paperwork at you, it's like I learned a lot about myself yesterday, because I was like really close to signing for this thing, and I was like, I'm not ready yet. I love it. It's a beautiful car. It's a great deal, but I'm just not ready. And I took some space, and it's like the material world and like business and acting. That's one of my favorite parts about acting. But like they teach you so much about yourself and the way people work. And it's like, so still, you go into it with humility and the confidence that you're going to show up for yourself. And I think if you do that, You walked like, that's all I did for tonight for this virtual premiere. I was just like, I don't know what this is gonna be like, but I know I show up for myself, and I know I'm gonna be humble about it. So you really can't go wrong approaching life that way. What's going on? Are we starting
True.
something? We might be starting. Oh, this is a presentation, I think, for Lily Taylor to receive a. I think it's Lily Taylor, who's the lead with Stefania in Paper Spiders, is receiving an award tonight, honoring her immense contributions to film and television. So, Josie, it's been a pleasure talking. I'm probably going to end the Instagram live right now. Hey, this is great. I appreciate the support. Like, honestly, thank you. But I think I should end this and be present for Lily receiving this award. But
thank you.
Be well. I hope I hope school goes great, and we'll talk soon.
Love you.
Awesome.
Thank you.
All right. Take care. Okay. Everyone, this has been beautiful. Thank you for sharing this with me, and thank you for, just, this has been really, really, really special. I think they're getting ready to give Lily the award. Stefania is on screen right now. I'm going to tune in. Everyone, please let me know how you like the film. And this has just been really fun. So, all right, sending love wherever you are. And, all right, bye.